So, obviously main stage, Reading and Leeds. I know you were excited about it, but what was that like?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. You know, it's one of those things that it's kind of weird that it's over. You know, we built our whole summer around this festival and built our sets and how we were. And, you know, it's weird that it's over and it's weird that we've done it. And it was incredible. I couldn't change a thing about it.
Looking out over like that many people, it must be a pretty unique experience.
It was wild.
I really liked the all-girl circle bit. That was the pinnacle. That was the pinnacle of my career.
Yeah, no, it is incredible. And this is a staple point of our career as a band to be able to get this opportunity. There's many bands that have done that, you know, open main stage and have gone on to have a crazy longevity.
Like Master.
Well, but My Valentine did exactly the same.
Yeah. So next year, back again, hopefully.
Hopefully, you know,
we've been told that we're headlining next
we're
year.
headlining next year.
You heard it in first.
Yeah, Biffy went in and they were like, look, Very Tomorrow, we shouldn't be headlining. Like, these guys are the ones. All they need is fireworks and pyro.
They said they'd lend us their fireworks, so you know, next year.
They even said to us today, do you want to swap? Like, we don't mind. Like,
They're feeling a bit nervous.
Yeah, no, they were going to go on first, but we were like, Biffy, you know, people are here to see.
We believe in you guys. Like, just do it.
So next, your own headline tour coming up obviously, now which is close to selling out of here.
Yeah, it's great.
What's that going to be like? Obviously a bit different to a stage this big, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that we never thought we'd ever sell out venues the size that it's looking that we're going to, you know, and at the end of the day, it's the ending of our Union and Crown cycle, so it's kind of a little bit of a send-off for that album.
It's a bit sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's done so much for us. You know, we weren't going to be a band anymore, and this album has brought us back, you know.
I was going to say, it was a bit of a turning point, wasn't it? I know.
Yeah, it's incredible.
You said, was it, which video was it?
Lionheart.
That's the one, yeah.
That's the one, yeah.
And then after that, obviously, onwards and upwards.
If it was for Lionheart, we wouldn't have even been stood here right now, let alone playing that
No,
stage.
we stood anyway, you know.
I'd be in a band.
We were backstage, you know, playing, saying that this is going to be our last show to ever play. So, you know, that is the way we are. That's the way, the mentality we have. Every single show we play since then has been a positive, you know. And we are blessed to be able to get on stage and do something like that. And if we can influence people to like us, then fair play. If we can't, then, you know, we've had a great time doing it. And hopefully that transcends into the audience.
And then new material, so you're going off to America, is it?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple of American producers that we're trying to get over here to do a little bit. You know, we want to keep that modern sound. We want to keep that modern feel about it, you know. And I think America at the moment is leading the producers kind of side of things for metalcore. And, but yeah, I mean, what we're trying to do with the new record is keep old school metalcore and maybe educate people that are, you know, we're not blasé to the fact that a lot of our fans are young, you know, and a lot of our fans may not have heard the At the Gates, In Flames, Killswitch Engage that we grew up listening to, but, you know, we're trying to educate them a little bit, and in a non-condescending way that we're trying to go, look, there's a whole world that you haven't seen before, and we're trying to make that modern, we're trying to make that catchy.
Influences and make it yours. Like.
Yeah, you know, we're not trying to do anything different, but we never have done, you know, we've always wanted to be that metalcore band that like flies the flag for metalcore, you know, and the new album is 100% metalcore.
And that'll be like early 2014, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's coming out, we're going to hopefully get a single out
This year.
Yeah, at the end of this year, start next year.
Nice one.
I couldn't even find it.
Yeah, obviously, like, Union and Crown did so well, you know, for you guys. Do you feel more pressured this time around as well? Like,
No, even less pressure.
Yeah.
I feel less pressure because I feel like we've built up a fan base that for the first time in this band's career, now we can make the album we've always wanted to make.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, there is a certain amount of, when you're doing your first couple of albums, like, your first album is about letting everyone know who you are. Your second album is about proving that you're a band that's going to be around for more than one album.
Yeah.
Your third album is always the album where you go, we've always wanted to make this, but we needed you to be here so you could accept this, and that's what our next album's about.
And I think at the end of the day, it's for all of our albums have been for the fans. Like, it's all been about, like, we take a lot of consideration about what we know that they want to hear. You know, it doesn't go lightly. We don't make just a random album. We're like, oh, yeah, we'll just play some music.
Nobody wants to hear jazz metal from us.
At the end of the day, we know what.
Say that.
Yeah, well, it could be in there. But like, at the end of the day, we know what people like. You know, we know what the scene does, because we're at the forefront of that. You know, we played the shows in front of thousands of people and in front of 10 people, you know. We know what those crowds like, you know, and I think it's all going in there to...
And they're really like Hadouken.
Yeah,
so our new record is going to sound like this.
It's going to sound like this.
Exactly like that.
Drum and
I guess
bass
like
now.
obviously like we've gone about the difficult second album or whatever, and that's kind of the one that broke you. So in that sense, you know what I mean? You've done the hard work already.
I mean, it's weird because obviously there was such a big gap between portraits and New Crowns. I think the fact that we went with that was all to do with our fans. Like if we hadn't had such a strong fan base for portraits, we would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we'd have been completely done. And the fact that they stuck with us was meant that we could go out with Union of the Crowns and be like, well, yeah, this is our album. This is the album that we wanted to make. You know, what we wanted to do with Union of the Crowns was basically make it produced and make what we did in portraits, but produced and sound great. You know, because it felt a little bit outdated. You know, and there was a lot of old school metalcore vibes with it. You know, and that's what we're doing with the new album. But we're adding in the influence. You know, imagine if you will halfway between our first and second album, but with the same production. You know, and
It's like a retrospective.
Yeah. Nice one. Yeah, so obviously on Nuclear Blast, how's that all gone since you've been with them guys?
great.
I know you talked about being the lightest band on the roster and
Yeah,
stuff, but
we 100% are the lightest band.
It's the best thing to be. The thing is, if you are another heavy band on a heavy roster, you get lost, and we don't want to be lost. But like we've always said that we feel that metalcore is for metalheads, and like that's got lost because bands have tried to make it really commercial and really watered down. And what better place to relaunch metalcore for metalheads than with the biggest metal label in the world? Like,
I also think, you know, we're a band that relies a lot on faith. We have a lot of faith in companies, you know. We showed Nuclear Blast our demo, even before vocals, you know. We're a very, very vocal heavy band, you know. That's arguably the most sellable point of our record is the fact that we have singing and screaming that to the standard we built it, you know. And for them to be so interested when we showed them demos, completely musical, musically, and even with our new album, we found that they're so stoked on the fact that we're pushing forward this metalcore theme is that you can't argue with that. You know, when they approached us, we had lots of labels that approached us, you know, and we're asking for more, but they didn't, you know. And I think you've got to take your hats off and be like, look, we'll throw all our cards into this because at the end of the day, they had faith in us, and we have faith in you, you know. And you can't argue with the fact that label has built themselves up from nothing to be one of the biggest labels, well, the biggest record label in the world for extreme and metal music. So,
yeah. And lastly, I know you've done a fair few festivals this summer and stuff, and they end up kind of becoming their own little worlds. You know, there's stuff happens that would never happen, like, you know, out on the street. What's the weirdest thing that you've seen, or like a fan do, or...
I ended up taking nitrous oxide out of a condom with a guy called Chinese Dave at Download at 3 a.m. in the morning, whilst the guys from Front Magazine egged me on. I have to be honest, that's pretty up there.
I ended up interviewing Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit and ended up side stage with their party tech getting me drunk with him and Fred Durst, so that was pretty wild at Download.
The other thing I saw at Download was two friends holding their mate up like this with a foot on each hand over a tent so he could poo onto a tent. Onto a tent.
What a way to end.
That's how we're going to end it.
Nice one. Sweet. I'll just get a few photos quick, just go along with that. You've been enjoying it then, yeah?
Yeah.
It's going to be a weekend to remember, isn't it?
It's going to be wild.
Or not remember.
Yeah, depends how drunk you get.
Very.
That sun just fucked you so hard.
Yeah.
Just that.
It's always a way, isn't it?
Whoa!
Nice one, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers for your time.
Thanks so much.
That was really good. Great. Thank you for actually giving us a good interview.
It's been a few sketchy ones.